Jewish concentration camp. He was a psychologist or a psychiatrist? He was a psychiatrist. He knew that the only thing that they couldn't take away from him was his thoughts. And the most important thing there says, it is a side effect of having a purpose and meaning to life. To enjoy the journey, to be able to get there, and to spread it around. We have found at the Persuasion Institute that, surprisingly, one of the things that opens the door of persuasion with people and influence is optimism. Optimistic people live longer, they make more money, they're more successful, and more people want to be influenced by them. It's an internal. Talking about mindset. We talked about our philosophy of money. Important, too, as we look at success, is that you learn to follow your heart. Many people are going to have criticism about you and different things, and they'll have their own opinions. For example, Mark Victor Hansen, Jack Canfield, the co-authors of Chicken Soup for the Soul. You've heard Chicken Soup for the Soul? They were so excited when they came up with this concept because they knew in their hearts it was a New York Times bestseller. And they went to different publishers and they said, no, we don't like it. And over 100 publishers turned them down. 100 publishers turned them down. And their hearts were telling them, no, those 100 publishers are wrong. We're following our heart. Then their own agent fired them. And then they finally found a publisher. They got it published, became a New York Times bestseller, and since then, they have sold over 100 million copies of Chicken Soup for the Soul. So it doesn't matter what other people say, you follow your heart. Your heart's going to tell you what you should and should not be doing. Bill Gates, same thing, Harvard University, 17 years old, bright kid. His heart was telling him, you need to start a computer software company. Because if you don't, somebody else will. So he talks to his guidance counselors at school, and what do they say? What are you, crazy? You're at Harvard University. This is a great university. You stay here, get a 4-year degree, and go work for a large company like Enron, because they'll take care of you. Yeah. The rest is history. He followed his heart. It's so important that you learn to do that and understand that the universe will test you. Has anybody felt kicked in the head and left for the dead by the universe before? It happens. And this is the thing you have to understand. When you face a challenge, a trial, an obstacle, or situation in your life, it's not there to upset you. It's there because you need to learn something to take your life or your income to the next level. It's either going to make you a better person or a bitter person. It's going to make you grow or give you grief. We face these challenges throughout our life. I remember moving from California to Pennsylvania, working on a graduate degree in business, a master's in business administration. Worked through it, about halfway through, my heart was telling me, you need to start a business. You're an entrepreneur. And tell my family and friends, and what do they say? Oh, 90%, right? Most businesses fail. You don't want to do that. Well, we got things going, found a venture capitalist, and I was going to show them. And I did for a couple years, 2, 3 years. And long story short, circumstances beyond my control, a large knife in my back. The company went belly up. I found myself thousands of miles from anybody I knew and over $100,000 in personal debt. The universe had kicked me in the head, left me for dead, lowest point in my life, and then my friends call. And what do they say? Told you so. They're kicking me in the head some more. Sometimes we feel like a baby giraffe. Most people don't know this. When a baby giraffe is born, it falls about 5, 6 feet from its mother's womb, lands onto the hard earth. Welcome to life. And then the loving mother comes over and starts kicking it as hard as she can. You know, the baby giraffe doesn't know what's going on. It gets up and it wobbles a little bit. Then the mother kicks its feet out from underneath and it falls down again. And if it doesn't hop up, guess what? She starts kicking it again. Now, has anybody ever felt that way before? Now, the mother's not being mean or abusive. If that giraffe can't get up and run as soon as possible, what's going to happen? They'll be eaten. The results will be devastating. And sometimes, so here it is, lowest point in my life. The phone calls are coming in. And it was terrible. It was hard. And so we moved from Pennsylvania to Seattle, Washington. Family and friends, oh, now you'll get a corporate job. I'm thinking, I can't pay that off with a corporate job. That's not me. You know, they're setting up interviews for Boeing and all these large companies. I'm like, that's not me. Long story short, although that experience was very expensive, although very painful, and it was a large piece of humble pie, I moved in with my in-laws, so it was a very large piece of humble pie. That experience, although painful and expensive, taught me the desire, the drive, the motivation, the skills that I needed to know to take my life and my income to the next level. Do I wish that upon anybody? No. Was it painful? Yes. But the message is this: there'll be tests along the way. It's not there to upset you.